sky painted with sorrow's bruise. A ghost town whispers under the moon's faint light. Dust devils dance where the church bells used to ring. And whiskey's my companion through the cold, unforgiving night. Footsteps echo across forgotten graves in this cursed land where only the lost are brave. Spin, spin, black sun waltz in shadows where lost lovers once danced. Burning past old regrets that haunt underneath the black sun where hope doesn't stand a chance. Her laughter was a melody, a sweet and haunting tune, now swallowed by the silence of this desolate expanse. Promises crumbled like the church consumed by fire. In the asher locket lies a victim of our cursed romance. Train whistles moan a dirge across the barren plains, a sound that's now a lullaby for pain that still remains. Spin, spin, black sun waltz in shadows where old memories twist and glance. Burning dreams, tender hearts that dawn underneath the black sun where spirits still enchant. At the crossroads stood the devil with a grin, offered me a vengeful path with whispers of the sin. But in the dust storm's wrath I saw her face again. In the eye of the storm my heart knew it was the end. So spin, spin, black sun waltz in echoes of what used to be my heart's last dance. No more tears for this path I've sought. Underneath the black sun I embrace the darkness I once fought. In the haunted desert silence my revolver lays beside, with the black sun as my witness. It's here my demons abide. Out in a valley where the dead trees whisper, dust rolls through like a lonesome drifter. Moon hangs low, painting shadows on bones. Ghost town echoes with forgotten moans. Old saloons creaking, wind's got it speaking of a love once fierce. Now it's just remnants leaking. Whiskey bottle lay shattered, a testament of night when love turned to betrayal under faint starlight. Lost love and smoke in the air, all is broke. Haunted by the whispers, the promises we spoke. The desert knows my pain with its cursed refrain, burning like the church where nothing remains. There's a tale of a woman with eyes like stormy skies, led me stray with her sweet, deceiving lies. In the back room of the chapel, she swore her heart by dawn's light. Her truth tore mine apart. Through the silence of the prairie, train whistles cry a soundtrack to the day my heart did die. Left me with the echoes of what used to be, a haunted shell of love gone like smoke on the breeze. Lost love and smoke under a blackened oak, echoes of the fire where all my dreams choke. The wind sings of despair with its chilling affair. In the ashes of the church I find her glare. On this cursed land I stand with a gun in my hand, facing the ghost of the past that I can barely withstand. She's a mirage in the night, a painful burn inside. In the dust storm's heart I prepare for the fight. Love and smoke, the past I evoke. This ghost town bears witness to the heart she broke. No more chains in the silent desert rains. In the fading embers glow, I release my pain. Lost love and smoke, let the spirits revoke this outlaw soul from a final cruel joke. As the desert stars peak, in solitude I seek the strength to forgive as the memories leak. In the shadow of the church where the wild roses die, underneath that haunted moon and the blackbirds cry, there's a whisper in the wind on the edge of night, where the ghosts dance with dust just out of sight. Whiskey bottles lay buried in the sands of regret. Each step echoes a story that time won't let us forget. Gone with the gunslinger down that cursed trail, chasing shadows in the valley where the brave men fail. The desert holds a secret like a burning scar. Gone with the gunslinger beneath a lonesome star. He rode in from the silence of a forgotten grave, with eyes like winter ashes and a heart no love could save. Betrayed by a brother over gold in the stream, now his soul's just a captive of that broken dream. By the light of a dying fire in the cold of dawn, he swore revenge on the wind before the innocence was gone. Gone with the gunslinger where the cold winds wail, past the echoes of the train on that rusty rail. The desert knows its sorrow beneath the crying star. Gone with the gunslinger where the lost things are. He stands where the church once burned, facing down the memory of the love he spurned. The whistle of the train is like a ghostly cry, telling him the truth that the past won't die. Gone with the gunslinger to the end of his days, through the dust storms and the heartache in the silent haze. Let the desert bury all where the old ghosts spar. Gone with the gunslinger beneath the final star. shadows play. Dirt's as red as the sins we lay. 'Neath the haunted moon's watchful gaze, there's a cold whisper of old bygone days. Train whistles moan through cursed land, echoing the touch of a ghostly hand. Where roses in the casket waits underneath the church, it's too late. Hearts bound by a love turned hate. Where roses in the casket waits. Once we danced where the rivers flow, till betrayal planted seeds of woe. Your sweet lies like the whiskey burns in a town of dust, there's no return. Burning church lit the night ablaze, those shadows flicker in its amber haze. Where roses in the casket waits, a tale of love now desecrate. Through silent deserts I contemplate. Where roses in the casket waits. Silence midst the forgotten graves, I found the truth hidden away. The gun in my hand weighs heavy now. Revenge is a promise I vow to avow tonight. Under this lonesome sky's dome, I'll settle the debts far from home. Where roses in the casket waits, this heart no longer contemplates. Fate sealed on this cursed date. Where roses in the casket waits. Where roses in a casket waits. In the heart of a ghost town silence, under a blood moon's glow, whiskey bottle laying shattered where the cold wind blows. Echoes of the train whistle cutting through the night. Church bells burn to cinders, embers light the fire. Midnight in the ashes where the lost souls weep, haunted by the secrets that the shadow deserts keep. On a bed of broken promises, under stars that curse your name. Midnight keeps repeating, every night the same. Dust storms swirl the memories of a love that's been betrayed. Silhouettes of what was in the twilight start to fade. She vanished like the smoke from the barrel of my gun, left me with the echoes of what I'd undone. Midnight in the ashes where the past won't find its rest. Every whisper in the darkness puts my soul to test. With a heart weighed down by vengeance and the eyes too dry to weep. Midnight chants the sorrow, stealing peace from sleep.
much like my own. Reflection of my darkest nights into my marrow bone. He said, look into the shadows, that's where your answers lie. In the mirror of the night sky, I saw just my rifle and I. Midnight in the ashes, now I make my stand. Fate's a twisted road that's guided by a vengeful hand. Let the stars bear witness to the deeds that must unfold. In the ashes of the midnight, let the truth be told. Let the truth be told. In the town where shadows whisper under the devil's moon, boots stir the cursed dust to the old saloon's croon. A trail of whiskey bottles marks the path he rides. Every step a story where sorrow abides. Echoes from the dusty boots, tales of guns and loot. In the silence of the ghost town, under the sky so brute, his heart a buried treasure in graves no cross could root. Haunted by the love he lost in this desolate pursuit. Years back, young and wild, love was his to claim. A beauty from the east, Lily was her name. Betrayed by a brother's hand for the gold in the vein. Left her in the burning church with his soul in chains. Echoes from the dusty booze, cries of pain astute. Through the howling dust storms, past the hanging noose. His vows whispered to the winds, promises turned obtuse. Riding through the cursed lands, a heart that won't truce. In the mirror of the night, by the train's lonesome whistle, he faced the ghost of what was his resolve, now brittle. A reckoning in the quiet, with the stars as his witness. Two shots in the darkness sealed the betrayer's kiss. Echoes from the dusty boots, now slowly mute. In the town forever silent, justice absolute. His love an eternal echo through deserts so acute. A lone gunslinger's tale ends where lives once took root.
Out where the chaparral meets the fading light, rode past the whiskey bottles glinting through the night. Through dust storms howling, shackles of the past, ghost town's church of burning shadows that they cast. I'm riding through the ghost town, rain's cold in my hand. A cursed lands whisper over forsaken sand. Echoes of my heartbeat sink with a train's moan. Revenge a bitter rider, I face this road alone. Her laughter once filled the saloon, smoky space, till betrayal left its cold hard trace. A bullet with a promise under the desert moon. In forgotten graves they lay, taken all too soon. Riding through the ghost town, lost love's silent plea. Desert's breath, a furnace still no solace brings to me. Ghost of her whispers dance in the dust swirl. Love lost in the shadows of this barren world. There at the gallows stood a man I knew, had brim shadowed eyes that couldn't face the truth. Silence was his answer, the rope told the rest. In this ghostly silence, my soul can't find its rest. So I'm riding through the ghost town, this pain I've come to own. Forgiveness is a stranger on these streets of bone. With each hoofbeat's echo, my heart's turning to stone. In the land of lost shadows, I ride on alone.
In the shade of a ghost town, under the cursed moon's eye, I walk past whiskey bottles lined like forgotten men. Dust whispers tale in the silence of the drive. Where the church once burning holds secrets it won't defend. Gone with the hollow sky, where the lost souls fly, carving names in the bones of this land. Echoes of a train whistle bleeding through the night. In the heart of the desert I make my final stand. Her love was a mirage, a fleeting shadow on the sand. Promises as empty as the graves hidden from sight. Betrayed by a kiss, led astray by a treacherous hand. Now every star above us bears witness to my plight. I'm gone with the hollow sky, where the cold winds are light. Memories haunt the edges of my mind. That same old train whistle, a ghost calling me to find. In the silence of the desert, what's lost I'll never find.
The echo of my heartbeat sinks with boots on wooden floors. The past is a shadow, future's a past. Tonight I'll settle scores as the hollow sky implores. Gone with the hollow sky, this is where I'll lie, beneath the land that's soaked with my sins. No more train whistles, no more reasons why. As the desert claims me, my new life begins.
In the shadow of a ghost town, silent breath, where the wind whispers tales of life and death. A lone church bell tolls for souls unseen. In the dusk, a figure on the scene. Whiskey bottle clutched in a trembling hand, crossing cursed lands where no trees stand. Dust devils dance where the church once burned. A lesson lived but never learned. Gone with the devil's deal, he rides beneath the moon's cold watchful eyes. Lost love's heart and a cold gun's feel, riding out on the devil's wheel. Years back when the sky seemed brighter here, laughed with her under stars without fear. A stranger's promise, silver-tongued and sleek, led me down this path so dark and bleak. Forgotten graves mark my sordid trail, each a story, each a tragic fail. The echo of the train's last lonesome wail haunts my dreams through hill and dale. Gone with the devil's deal, he rides past hopes like tumbleweeds aside. Lost love's heart and a cold gun's feel, this cursed journey on the devil's wheel. In the mirror of the night, I face my foe, the devil in me I've come to know. Whispered deals in the dark have their price, paid in full by dawn's early light. Gone with the devil's deal, I roam burning bridges to what I once called home, with revenge's bitter seed to sow. Gone with the devil and the winds that blow. Each chord, each line a haunted note, strung on this lonesome road, forever young.
Out where the wind whispers secrets to the dead, a ghost town sleeps under the moon's weary gaze. In the heart of the night, a church burns ruby red, memories smolder in the glow of its blaze. A lone bottle clinks, echoes of old sin, as dust devils dance with the weight of the past. The whistle of a train, mournful and thin, carries tales of a love never meant to last. Gone with the burning barn,
whispers turn to cries. Ashes tell the story under cold starlit skies. Love's sweet facade, now a bitter web of scars. All that's left is the dust and a few smoldering bars. She was a flame, burning fierce and wild, in a land too parched to hold a fire. Promises made, the heart beguiled, betrayal the spark, revenge the funeral pyre. Forgotten graves line the path to perdition, each step on cursed land a torment to bear. Her laughter haunts with cruel precision, a spectral melody drifting through the air. Gone with the burning barn, secrets laid to waste, each ember a fragment of the love I once chased. What's left isn't enough to salvage or to mourn, just shadows dancing in the light of a fiery morn. Now face to face with a ghost in the flame, her voice a serenade, a siren's call to blame. The gun in my hand weighs heavy with regret, but vengeance is a debt, and it's one I aim to set. Gone with the burning barn, the past put to rest, with each pull of the trigger I confess a heart can only take so much deceit and scorn. Now I ride with the dawn like a man reborn. Dark and silent deserts keep my secrets buried deep in the endless whispering sands. Let the old ghost weep. Out where the whiskey whispers in the wind-scorched land, rattling the skeletons of ghost towns in its command. Dust devils dance where the church once proudly stood, now just charred wood framing betrayal's neighborhood. On the ashes of the lonely road, where my heart lays bare, each step stirs the stories that the dead refuse to spare. The whiskey bottle's empty, like the promises she made, under the shadow of the cross where my sins were paid. The moonlight cast long shadows like fingers on my past. Her love was a desert flower, never meant to last. From the silent desert to the cursed train track end, her whispers still haunt me with the winds they send. On the ashes of the lonely road, where ghosts claim their due, every footfall echoes a past
the dust of forgotten graves. Nothing's left to give. There's a storm that's coming with memories it stirs of burning churches and the vengeance that occurs. The sky cries her name in a thunderous, mournful ode. Her betrayal, the spark, my heart, the road it arose. On the ashes of a lonely road, I embrace my fate, riding through the shadows of her love turned hate. This whiskey bottle's broken, like the oath I swore. On the lonely road I wander alone forevermore.
Each line etches deep into the soul of a man scarred by love and deceit, marking his journey through a haunt, relentless landscape that mirrors his own inner desolation.
In a town swallowed by the shadows of the past, where the wind whispers secrets in the dust, I walk the streets, a ghost among the ruins, a whiskey bottle clutched in these cursed hands. Old train whistles moan a song of what was lost. Echoes of laughter, now just empty sounds. I'm dancing with the lonely road under the pale moon's glow, spinning tales of a love that died and the revenge I came to know. Each step a story of betrayal in this silent desert night, where my heart beats in the rhythm of the fading twilight. There's a church at the edge where the prairie meets the sky. Its cross stands black against the fire it once knew. She promised forever by those old burning pews, but lies festered under the bell's solemn toll. Now her whispers haunt the canyons like a curse. In the cold grip of night, I recall every word. I'm dancing with the lonely road under the stars' harsh light, haunted by the love we made before it turned to spite. Each gust of dust a memory in this barren whispered lore, where shadows move to the tune of the promises she wore. Here stands the gallows in the shadow of a burnt down church, under the eye of a silver moon. Whiskey whispers through the ghost town dirt, where love and vengeance met their doom. Dusty bottles tell the tales of forbidden loves and bitter trails. Each sip a story, each glass a grave, in the land where the lost souls crave. Midnight in the whiskey, on cursed the lands I roam, haunted by the echoes of what used to be my home. The wind cries out for justice through streets forever cold. Midnight in the whiskey, where the truth is seldom told. There's a train that wails like a lover's scorn, through silent deserts where dreams turn to thorns. She left with a secret in the dead of night, her silhouette fading by the lantern's light. Caught twixt the bottle and the blaze, a heart once pure now lost in haze. Promises crumbled into dust in this town of the damned and unjust. Midnight in the whiskey, with shadows as my guide, searching for redemption on this ghostly midnight ride. The past claws at my spirit, refusing to let hold. Midnight in the whiskey, where the nights are long and cold. Then at the stroke of midnight, by the old graveyard side, I saw her face in the moonlight, where secrets can't hide. She whispered of sorrow, of the love we once sold. In her eyes, the fires of vengeance, in that silent curse of bone. Midnight in the whiskey, where the lost are found, beneath the stars of sorrow, on this haunted hallowed ground. The church bell rings for no man, but tonight it tolls for thee. Midnight in the whiskey sets the darkest spirits free. In the shadow of the valley, where the stone church lies in ash, whiskey bottles tell the stories, and the wind sings songs of past. Dancing boots stir up the dust storms on the roads where no one's bound. Goes to twilight, silent witness under that black sun going down. Dancing with black sun under its fiery gaze, lost souls entwined in a cursed ballet, love and vengeance in a tango of pain. With every step we're just dancing in vain. Long ago a loving whisper turned to screams in the dark night. cut so deep, set abandoned hearts alight. Through the stillness of the desert, the train whistles still cry, echoing the moans of lovers who never got to say goodbye. Dancing with black sun, with shadows at my side, a whirlwind of memories, nowhere to hide. Each silhouette a story of will never be. In the heart of the desert, no one hears the plea. Under that curse, the sun of revelation blooms amidst forgotten graves. Fate resumes, the gun in my hand, the ghost in my sights. Tonight the past is set to right. Dancing with black sun, revenge a bitter friend, twirling towards my haunted end. Flames lick the sky from the church once burned. Under black sun alone I learned. So I dance with shadows and I dance with ghosts in silent deserts. I host their lost host. Dancing with black sun till my tales are done. In the heat of the silence, I am the lonely one.
In the shadow of a ghost town, where the whispers know my name, dust chokes the wind, sweet cry, and the sky wears a stain. Whiskey bottles clink like bells in forgotten saloon graves. Each step stirs the tales of the damned and the brave. There's blood on the hollow sky, red as the setting sun. Echoes of a lonesome train where my redemption's none. No prayer left to whisper here under the cursed moon's rise. Just the ghosts of my past and the truth I despise. A love as fierce as wildfire, lost in a preacher's lie. Her vows turned to ash in a church that now just cries. Betrayal came like a dust storm, fast blurring right from wrong. Left me with a heart full of bullets in this outlaw song. There's blood on the hollow sky, red as her loved ones burned. Pain rolls like thunder through the sins that I've learned. No cross to bear my burden beneath these cursed stars, guides. Just the path I walked and the death I've earned.
face what I've become, the edge of my deeds, and the man I'm running from. An outlaw's life, a shadow's fate, with each setting of the sun. Revenge, a bitter drought from which I can't unrun. There's blood on the hollow sky, my tale's fading light. I'm the ghost in a whispering wind, a specter in the night. This land holds my secrets like a lover's final sigh, bound to this silence where even shadows die. In a ghost town where the wind whispers low, under moonlit shadows of scorn, church spires. A man with no face and a heart turned to cinders dances with dust where his dreams caught fire. Whiskey breath in the rattle-emptied bottles, footsteps echo against the walls of a cursed land. He sways alone where hope is just a memory, fiddling a tune for the damned. Spin, oh spin in the serpent's prayer waltz, where love lies bleeding in the pale moon's glance. Revenge keeps time with a heart that malfunctions in this haunted dance. Take a ghost cold hand. There's a tale they whisper when the night grows bold, a lover's vow and a friend's betrayal. The serpent's tongue on a breeze so cold left him shattered, trails turned stale. Train whistles moan through the silent desert, a reminder of what used to be. He loved a girl as fierce as the dusty tempest, lost in a world of treachery. Spin, oh spin in the serpent's prayer waltz, where trust turns to ash with the fading light. The night air holds that bitter resolution, dancing closer to the end of the night. In the shadow of forgotten graves, he stands watching flames lick old sins in a burning church nearby. Mirage of her face, or just desert playing with a gun in his hand and a tear in his eye. Forgive or forsake whispers through the chapel. His resolve as brittle as the dry cracked earth. A prayer slips out as he faces his reflection in the shattered glass, sees what vengeance is worth. Serpent's prayer waltz with the ghosts of the past and the shadows of sin. He lays down his gun as the fire dies quiet, accepts the dance and the serpent within. Spin, oh spin, till the stars beg for mercy, till the sun bleeds red over lands God forgot. He'll waltz with his demons till his breath yields to silence. In the serpent's prayer waltz, he's forever caught.
Under a blood-red sky in Dead Man's Hollow, where whispers tell of the cursed and swallowed old whiskey bottles, lay souls departed in this ghost town, broken, black-hearted. Wind howls through the chapel's burned remains, singing hymns of sorrow, shackles and chains. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only shadows thrive, where every man's a specter and the sins of the past survive. In the dust we wrote our treaties, in blood we broke them all. No mercy in the ghost town, just the devil's call. I loved a girl with eyes like stormy weather. In this God-forsaken town we dreamt together, but love turned to ash in the blink of a gun. Her betrayal a bullet that couldn't be outrun. By the old forgotten graves I swore her name, vengeance the only keeper of my flame. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only shadows thrive. Every whisper in the wind a reminder no one gets out alive. From the deceit we laid our fortunes, in betrayal we stand tall. No mercy in the ghost town, just the reaper's drawl. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only echoes bleed. Every step I take is haunted by my heart's unyielding creed. In the dust I'll lay my memories, in the soil I'll bury my pain. No mercy in the ghost town, where even angels refrain. In the whispering sands I find my own. No mercy in the ghost town, forever alone. Whistle cuts through the silence of the cursed midnight plains. Old tracks laid by the ghost town, where only sorrow remains. A lantern flickers low, casting shadows on the ties. Whiskey bottle lying empty neath the cold and heartless skies. Echoes from the midnight train right across the barren lands, bringing tales of bitter love and blood on guilty hands. Each whistle moans a secret of the deeds that can't be undone. Underneath the crescent moon and the burning desert sun. This town was once alive with dreams, now it's dust and broken glass. A church stands black against the fire, its congregation passed. She promised love by the morning light, but dawn came cold and gray. Left a note by the smoldering ruins, took my heart and rode away. Echoes from the midnight train stoke the fires of revenge, haunted by the specter of a love that met its end. In the silence between the thunder, I hear her whispering wind. Speaks of betrayal so cruel, a wound that festers within. On forgotten graves I've sworn by the blood of kin and creed to chase the echoes till my bitter heart no longer bleeds. Echoes from the midnight train, now my journey's set in stone, riding towards the horizon where the sins of night are sown. Let the whistle call my name to the place where all debts are paid, in the dust of cursed lands by the blade of my own spade.
In the shadow of the mesa where the ghost towns bleed stands the hanging tree, old gnarling Creek. Whiskey bottles clink beneath its cursed roots. Dust devils dance, the past reclines in boots. Oh, hanging tree, your branches tell no lies, rustle secrets of the damned neath violent skies. You're the gallows and the grave, the judge so cold, where men's sins are hung heavy, their stories told. Beneath the blood-red sun, I met a man undone, his love stolen by the gun, a preacher's wayward son. By the crackling of the train, his tears fell like rain. On scorched earth they echoed a mournful refrain. Oh, hanging tree, your shadows long and bleak, whisper tales of vengeance that the spirits seek. You're the keeper of the souls lost in the fray, holding night to ransom till the break of day. There in the silence stood a man with no name, eyes like storm clouds bearing the weight of blame. He faced the hanging tree with a rope worn and frayed. Here I take back the night, he solemnly said. Oh, hanging tree, now rest your weary limbs, no more to sway with the weight of human whims. In the dust, the ghost of justice finds reprieve, as the outlaw finds redemption and the lost belief.
In a ghost town where the wind cries through the chapel,
Burnt shadows cast by a candle's dim glow. Whiskey bottle laying empty in the silence. Footprints vanish where the red dust storms blow. Blood on the lost love under a black crow sky. Echoes of a train whistle singing a lonesome goodbye. Haunted by the memories in the moon's haunting light. Blood on the lost love vanish from sight. Crossroad pact made in the depths of night. Silver locket with a picture worn in old. Promises as brittle as a dried up river. In the silence, all that's left is bitter cold. Blood on the lost love under a vengeful moon. Darkness holds the secrets of a heart broken too soon. A trail of whispers where our dreams used to lie. Blood on the lost love, truth turned into a lie. I stood by the burning church, the flame